November 1st.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh.
I have 1 week 24/7 work.
Okay.
So even my manager called me night 2 a.m., 4 a.m. and he asked, so we got one issue, what you are doing? Are you sleeping? Huh? What I need to
Oh.
tell? In morning 2 a.m., 4 a.m., what we do? Huh? He's asking,
Correct.
hey, what happened? Why you not see that incident? Are you sleeping? Huh?
Yes, I'm sleeping.
Oh.
Uh, so that things is happen, no problem. But we
Okay.
have only pressure only at the time of especially the goal and remaining cases okay. So we don't have that much of pressure.
Okay.
Yeah.
And again that goal is happened yearly once or twice only, not
Every
more
day,
than yeah,
every month.
yeah. Yeah,
Gopi,
Giri.
can I quickly share my screen? I'll just show you. I'm still stuck with the tool. I don't know whether
Yeah, please, please,
if I
please.
am doing anything wrong. I don't know. Two things mainly.
Mm.
I'll share my. Where is?
Okay.
This is the screen I'm getting. Okay, for SAP,
Mm,
right?
mm, mm,
So we'll look at changing the theme later. That's not a big deal now. But when
mm,
I try to do OXO2, I created the company. When I try to do this,
mm. See, don't give any
it's
T code here, Giri. So if you want to give, you can give /n or /o before
oh,
OX02. In
okay,
SAP Easy Access screen, you can give the T code directly. But
okay,
in display IMG screen, you need to insert /n or /o
okay. I'll
before
try
your
that.
T code.
I do you see my screen still?
No, no, no. You stopped your
Oh,
screen
I
share.
think it got stopped. I don't know why. Okay, we'll continue. I'll try that again. I'm trying to figure it out myself. Okay, /O. Then I need to give the T code.
Exactly,
Is it? When
exactly.
I give it normally, it doesn't take me
No,
anywhere.
no. Correct,
Mm.
correct,
And
correct.
again, I tried to log in today to the SAP logon.
Uh-huh.
It started from the scratch. It asked me the server name, everything.
Correct.
I don't know. It happens like that only.
Oh, no. Once you given our server details, the system is not asked, right? See, this is our already I shared my screen. For example, this is our SAP login pad. Okay.
Yeah.
So in this one, so once you saved your server details, so you have some link here. So in my login pad, I have 4 servers, but maybe in our login pad, you have only one server. So if you click this one, so just the system is asked you the user and password. And once we given this one, even I will try to pick your query. So here in SAP Easy Access, if you want to give the OX02, you can
Mm.
give here any T code. So you
Mm.
can give in this screen only,
Easy access.
SAP
In the,
Easy Access screen. But
okay.
once you given any this thing, and once you moved into any other screen,
Mm.
simple, except SAP Easy Access screen, you are into very any other screen. If you want to move into another screen, so you need to give OX 15 here /n.
Yeah. Got
So
it.
now you can see you will go to OX 15
Yeah. Fine.
or
I'll try that.
yeah /o also, no problem. OBYC, yeah,
Sure.
it is open, and we have different sessions here as well.
Sure, I'll try that.
Okay, so then quickly, so we will discuss about the today topic. So I hope we are in the general ledger accounting, the
Yeah.
second chapter,
Yeah.
and we
Yes.
completed the first topic as part of prerequisite configurations.
Yeah.
So in this prerequisite configuration, so already we discussed about the chart of accounts. We have majorly 3 chart of accounts: group chart of accounts, country specific, and operating as well. And even we discussed about what do you mean by account groups and we use the account groups in SAP. So the reason is for our easy understanding or for our easy convenience where we can see the reports or where we can see the P&L account or balance sheet. Similar nature of GL accounts, we grouped into account groups. And later we discussed about the retained earnings account as well. Especially the retained earnings account is useful to carry forward our profit from one fiscal year to another fiscal year. So these points, these 3 points we discussed yesterday, I hope.
Yeah.
So today we discussed about the very interesting topic, especially in general ledger accounting, the fiscal year variant. So what do you mean by fiscal year? So one thing, so the SAP is invented by the Germany, and they want to showcase their self. This software belongs to me. So because of that, so we have some words in the German language. So especially in German, so whatever we have in English, financial year. So the German people in German language they call as fiscal. Okay, FISCAL, fiscal year. And
Okay.
even we can see some of the words in German also, any language. So the SAP will support 44 languages, right? So in that 44 languages, we can see some words still in the German. Why? Because they want to prove their self. The software belongs to us.
Right.
Okay. So because of that, we have little bit confusion. So we know what do you mean by financial year, but we don't know what do you mean by fiscal year. Okay. So nothing is different. Both are same only. So this
Yeah.
term is the German term and this is our English term. And when it comes to the this topic, the fiscal year topic, we need to know some important points. What is that important points? So usually we know what is the main objective to maintain the finance in any company. So majorly we have two main objective. One, we need to maintain the bookkeeping, like the day-to-day business transactions we need to maintain as part of finance. And the second point is we need to prepare the financial statements at the time of year end. And whatever we prepared the financial statements, so these financial statements we prepared for a particular financial year. Again, when it comes to the real time cases in the business cases, we have accounting year and financial year as well. So what do you mean by accounting year? Accounting year is nothing but a year, maybe that year contains 12 months, 15 months or 18 months or 20 months as well. So that is the business choice. If they want to maintain some accounting year, some periods they maintain. But the problem is where it comes to the financial year, every country we have one specific financial year is there. And especially the SAP is a global software, we know, and this application will support entire the globe, entire all the countries. And when it comes to the this scenario, so basically in SAP, we have two type of financial years. Okay. So the
Okay.
first is the calendar financial year, and the second is the non-calendar financial year. So I hope you know what do you mean by calendar financial year. So calendar financial
Yeah.
year, it starts with the January and ends with the December.
December. Yeah.
Especially the US or European region, most of the countries they followed their financial year as January to December.
December. Yeah.
And when it comes to the non-calendar financial year, so again in the global acrossly, so we have three type of non-financial calendar years. So that one we treated in SAP V3, V6, and V9. We identified
Yeah.
we described with these three terms V3, V6, and V9. And when
Okay.
it comes to the V3 is nothing but April to March, especially in India, we followed this one only. Our financial year is April to March. And when it comes to the V6, especially the Australia, they followed July to June, the financial year. And we can see some of the UAE countries, they followed October to September as well. So when it comes to the SAP global software, when we work with the any one client, so obviously that client have businesses across the countries. And again, the very important point is based on the country, the client financial year is differ. Please try to understand. If you consider the Coca-Cola, already I showed you, Coca-Cola have the business across the global. Okay. And when it comes to the Coca-Cola origin from USA, and in USA they followed January to December. But when it comes to the India related business, so we can see the Coca-Cola India Private Limited or Coca-Cola India Limited. So these operations they want to maintain the April to March. Why? Because in India our financial year is April to March only. So likewise, when we worked in the closely worked as a consultant in the SAP environment, we can see different type of financial years based on the country. And again, in SAP, we know so each and every country we need to follow. We need to create the company code separately. Why? Because the company code is a separate legal entity, and that company
Mm.
code wise only we need to prepare the financial statements, and that company code itself we need to pay the tax to the respective government of particular countries. Let's say, for example, Coca-Cola have business across the global. If they have business in India, UK, and USA, so obviously they need to prepare the financial statements based on the financial year. And once they got the profit, they want to pay tax to the respective that country governments. Am I correct or not? So this is
Yes.
That's
the this is the commonly this is the common point only, but we have some little bit of confusion because of this topic in the real time. Why? Because so we have one company, and that company usually MNC only. Why? Because MNC clients only, so they use this application. Small companies, small industries, usually they don't use this application also. SAP is a big application, we know. And again, where it comes to your company, which is incorporated 10 more than 10, 20 or 30 or 50, 100 or 150 countries. So obviously, so based on the company code, we need to understand, so the financial year is changed. Okay. And how
mm.
we will remember this V3, V6 and V9, the calendar, non-calendar financial years. So the simple meaning is, so the V3 means the three, it ends with the particular this month. It means it starts with the April to March. Three is the calendar year, third is the this one, right? March, right? So we can
Yes.
easily remember with this logic. Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Next, where it comes to the this one, where it comes to this one, V6, it ends with the 6. So July to June. So the June is the 6th month, right? So it means it
Mm.
begins with the July and ends with the June. And next one,
Okay.
V9. 9 means the September. It means it
Mm.
starts with the
Mm.
October to September. Easily we can remember with this words itself. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that is that the 3 or 6 or 9 means the end of the fiscal
Yes. End of the particular month.
particular month. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Next point. Next point. So the next point we need to know, especially in the SAP working environment, usually in financial year, usually we call 12 months time, right? But
Yeah.
when it comes to the SAP, we need to call as period. One period is equal to 1 month. So usually the foreigners, so they don't call as months, so they use it to call as periods, especially that European country people. So
Mm.
Okay.
especially the German people, they used to like as a periods only, 12 periods. It means 12 months in financial year.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so in SAP we need to call as don't we don't use month. In English we call as month, but in SAP the German terminology we need to call as periods only. And again we
Yeah.
have two type of periods in SAP. One is the normal posting period, and the second is the special posting period. What do you mean by normal posting periods? It means, so in every financial year, you can see whether it is a calendar financial year year or whether it is a non-calendar financial year. So we have 12 months of time, correct? So these 12 months of time or these 12 periods we call as a normal posting periods. Okay. But the
Okay.
point is there is a situation we did some transactions happened in the month. For
Yeah.
example, so I can consider India. India financial year starts with April and March. And in the month of March, we did some transactions like we are procuring some raw materials, but we received the material in the March month itself. But we paid amount to the vendor on the month of May because of
Mm.
we have 2 months credit we are taking from the vendor. So this thing originally the transaction is happened March, but original the payment made by in the month of May. So these transactions we need to club into the particular financial year only. Am I correct or not? So for that purpose, we need to do some adjustment entries. So even in the manual accounting process also, we faced already this type of experiences earlier in our graduation or in our post graduation. So once the balance sheet is prepared, later also we need to do some adjustment entries. Why? Because the last month,
Yeah.
whatever the transactions is happened, but the point is the transactions impact is not it's not involved in the particular month itself. For example, we do some sales transaction, but we didn't receive the money from the customer. We received the money from after 30 days or after 45 days. Why? Because we are giving credit to the customer. So these things also we need to do some adjustments. So in that case also only, so in the SAP for that doing the adjustment entries, we used the special posting period concept.
Mm.
Okay. Again, the special posting periods is nothing but these are the additional posting periods where we can see once the normal financial year is completed. So then these things comes into picture, the special posting periods. Usually in SAP, so most of the clients, so they are going with special posting periods is 3 months or 4 months maximum, not more than that.
Okay.
Okay, so in India also we are
In the
going
sense
with
like
mm,
we, sorry, in the sense like we are saying like the period, for example, if we take for instance Jan to December period,
mm,
the fiscal year remains the same in the system, but for additional postings, the book will be open for next 2 months or 4 months for the previous fiscal. Is it so? Are we
correct,
saying like that?
correct.
Okay, okay, got it.
Yeah. See, simple. So in SAP, we have two types of posting periods. Posting period
Mm.
is nothing but posting month.
Yeah.
So in any financial year, we know, so you can see anywhere in the global, we have 12 months of time in every financial year. But the point is, whenever we
Mm.
do some transactions at the last month or at the earlier month as well, 11th month or 12th month, so we did some transactions, but the transactions, that amount we are not received immediately. Why? Because we are giving some credit to the customer and we are taking raw material from the vendor, but we are not paid immediately because of some
Mm.
payment terms. So in that case, but the transactions is happened that last month itself. But originally the cash transactions is not happened. So because of that, so we need some more time to close the books or to make some adjustment entries. So
Mm.
that periods only we call as special posting periods.
Right.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Next one. Okay. Next one. So one more point we need to understand shortened fiscal year. So what do you mean by shortened fiscal year? See, generally what I said up to now, and we need to agree. So in every financial year, we have a 12 months of time. That is the basic rule. That is the basic principle. You can see in January to December, we have 12 months. April to March, we have 12 months. July to June, we have 12 months. And October to September is also We have 12 months. Maybe the months is vary based on the financial year. But the common point is the every financial year we have 12 months, right?
Correct.
So, but there is a scenario where we can see the short and financial year as well. Where, for example, if the business is newly incorporated, so in that case, so we don't have the 12 months of time, right? For example, today I want to start the business immediately. Okay, I can start. There is no
Yeah.
objection. So again, I need to follow some rules and regulations. I need to make some payment to the MCA portal, and I need to I need to submit some documents, and I can start my company operations today itself. But when it comes to India, whatever I said, so we have the time, right? So the 12 months. And this financial year, what is our financial year for 2024 and 2025? It starts with the April and ends with the 2025 March, right?
Yeah.
But I started the business in
Mm.
the month of November. So it means, so my financial year and my months starts with the November to ends with the March. It means I have only 5 months in this particular financial year. And next year onwards, again, I have 12 months of time. Correct or not? So this scenario we treated as a shortened fiscal year. And even so there is a one business and that business have some losses. And because of that losses, they don't want to continue that business. They want to shut down immediately. So if they shut down, so for example, today only they shut down the business. So in that case also, that financial year, we can't see the 12 months of financial year. That financial year starts with the April and ends with the November, today, November date. Am I correct or not? So this scenario also, so we can consider as a shortened fiscal year, shortened financial year. And even there is a amalgamation processes and there is a mergers. One company is merged with the another company, or one company is acquired another company. Like one big company is acquired one small company. These things is happened. So in that case also, so
Yeah.
we have a shortened fiscal year is there. Okay. So this point also we need to know, we need to understand as part of our topic. Next point.
Yeah.
And again, so we need to know the dependent and the year independent fiscal year. So this is also very, very important point. What do you mean by year independent and what do you mean by year dependent? And when it comes to the year dependent, so there is some scenario in the real time working environment, especially for the dependent year. Okay, for the some countries, if they want to change their financial year, they will change easily because of their country regulations or because of their country policies. And even we can see some of the countries, especially in South Africa region. So if they want to change their financial year also, they can change easily. So it means this
Mhm.
year they have financial year January to December, but next year their financial year they are going with the April to March. So likewise they changed also. So in that case, so while we are maintaining the financial year into the SAP application, we need to maintain so 2 points. One is the dependent year and the second is the independent year. Dependent year means if your client business is changed their financial year so and so date to so and so date. So we are considered as a dependent financial year, dependent fiscal year. And where it comes to the independent fiscal year, where it comes to India, already we know, we saw since last 20 years, 30 years, or 50 years, our financial year is April to March only.
Yeah.
Am I correct or not? So it means
Yeah.
this is the independent fiscal year. And even USA also, their financial year, it starts with January and ends with the December only.
December.
So, but there is a some few countries, small countries, are financially they struggled. Whatever, even some countries wars is happened because of that wars. So, the economically that countries are not fit into. go to the business developments, business growths. So that time what they did, so simply they changed the financial year. Why? Because they want to introduce the budget, or they want to put some additional taxations because of that financial crisis. So these things is happened. It's common only, and that too SAP is a global software. So globally, whatever we have a scenarios, so all scenarios we need to catch up. We need to fulfill. So because of that, in the financial year, we have a dependent year and we have a independent year concept as well. Dependent means the financial year, the fiscal year is vary from one fiscal year to another fiscal year. It means the months is changed. And when it comes to the independent financial year, independent fiscal year, the months is never changed. Every year you can see January to December, or every year you can see April to March. So that points also we need to understand. Next point. Next, we need to know, we need to understand year shift indicator as well. What do you mean by year shift indicator? So usually the SAP application is developed and is programmed based on the calendar financial year only. Why? Because the SAP initial they started for the German country, and later they are expanded to the across the global. And even the Germany or the USA, that countries and all, they are going with the financial year is January to December. But where it comes to the globally, especially the India, so we are going with April to March, and Australia they're going with July to June, and some UAE countries they wants to go with October to September. But originally the application, the SAP program is designed based on the calendar financial year only. But for the non-calendar financial year, how we implement this SAP and how we converted that financial year into the calendar financial year with the help of year shift indicator. Okay. And what do you mean by year shift indicator? Simple example in this table. So we know in calendar year, the months 1, 2, 3 to 12. This is the calendar months. And this program is designed based on the calendar financial year only. And in calendar financial year, these are the dates. Like January, we have 31 days. February, we have 29. And again, leap year, non-leap year, we have 28 days only. And March, April, these are the days. Days is also changed from one month to another month. We know. Am I correct or not? Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
So where it comes to the India financial year, we know India financial year starts with the April from this point. Correct or not? Where it comes to the calendar, so the month is 4th April. But where it comes to the our case, the financial year starts with the April, that is first period.
Yeah.
So same case from April to December, we have a periods 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 9 in the posting period concept.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
And this year, for example, we have a financial year 2024 and 2025. And 2024, so it starts with the April, May, June, July, August to till to December. So we have like this. And where it comes to the 2025, next year months. Next year also we have 3 months, right? Like January, February, and March.
Yeah.
Like this, that periods we need to call as a 10, 11, and 12. So for these 3 months, we are using the -1 symbol in the year shift indicator. It means, see, our financial year is the 24 to 25, but in the 25, we have some 3 months of periods. So that one, with the help of that one, okay. For the 2025, so we are using this -1. 2025 -1 is equal to how much?
Okay, 24.
So it will comes into 24. But originally in the front end screen, we can see the January, February, March only. But inside the program, for the non-calendar financial year, how the system behave, how the system identify that months and all with the help of this year shift indicator concept.
That
So
means
this
like we call this table as table for fiscal 24.
exactly.
If this year starts by October,
Yeah.
and it is called as fiscal 25, then like for example, I don't
It
know.
treated as a fiscal year 2025 only.
Okay, no, do we say
So
plus one
when it is
somewhere?
started, which year it is started?
Hmm. No, no. My
Based on
question
the
is,
yeah,
in the year shift column, do
yeah,
we sometimes have plus one also, or it is only 0 or minus one?
only -1, 0 and -1.
Okay.
Only 0
That
and -1 only.
okay.
See, in every year, whenever it starts, that year only we are considered as a financial year.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Why
Either
I'm
it
okay.
starts with yeah,
I'll tell you like what happens is like
yeah,
in the not our client's account, the Accenture financial year. Okay,
yeah,
September to August.
yes.
Okay, we always whenever it starts at September, we don't call it FY 24. We call
Hmm.
it FY 25.
Oh, okay.
So if this is so in that sense, I'm saying like if FY 25 started by September 2024, the
Mhm.
year shift should be plus one, right?
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct. So
that's
in
my
that
question.
case, so year shift is +1 only.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
That's now I got the concept. I just wanted to understand the concept anyway. Thanks. Yeah.
yeah. Okay. So now we will see how we will maintain these things into the system. But before that, these are the points is more than enough to understand what do you mean by fiscal year concept. Okay, so simple points. So the fiscal year here we need to understand what do you mean by accounting year, what do you mean by financial year, and again how many months we have in the financial year. And in SAP, so instead of months, we need to call as periods. So we have 1 year 12 months and 1 year 12 periods common.
Yeah.
And again, so the financial year, so we treated as majorly two type of financial year. One is the calendar financial year and the second is the non-financial calendar year.
Yeah.
Sorry, non-calendar financial year. So the calendar financial year, so it indicates with the K originally. So I forget to write K. And when it comes to the non-calendar financial year, so we need to define as V3, V6 and V9. So where it comes to the calendar, we knows very well January to December. And when it comes to the non-calendar financial year, V3 means April to March, which month it is ended. V6 means July to June, and October to September is the V9 case. And before next, we need to understand the normal posting period and the special posting period. So once we prepared the financial statements also in the finance part, we need to make some adjustment entries. So for that purpose, we need sometime also we need to open our respective that posting periods. So that one we are called as a special posting period. And we need to understand the short and fiscal year as well. Usually the common basic principle. So in every financial year, we have a 12 months of time, but there is a exceptions. So especially at the time of newly incorporated business or at the time of winding up of the businesses or at the time of this thing, we are merging with one company to another company or we are amalgamated. So this cases, so we can see that companies we have a shortened fiscal year. Okay. And the next point, we need to understand what do you mean by independent fiscal year and what do you mean by dependent fiscal year. When it comes to the dependent fiscal year, so the months is vary from one fiscal year to another fiscal year, the months is vary. But when it comes to the independent fiscal year, so every year, so the months is same only. And the next point is last point is year shift indicator. Especially the SAP is designed basically based on the calendar financial year only. For the non-calendar financial year, So we need to bring into the calendar financial year with the help of year shift indicator. Okay. So if you know these points, this is more than enough. Even while we attended the interview, so we will expect these are all topics in the interview.
Great.
Okay. So now I'm going with my system. The configuration part, it's very easy. And again, in configuration also, I will explain you what is these are all points. So I need to go to BD4, but my time is over. Okay. So I need to re-log in. Okay. So OB29. Yeah. So here two options. One, we can use the new entries options. So like this, or otherwise we can copy already existing financial year. We can copy here, and otherwise we can use already existing fiscal year variants also. We can use it to our company code. So three ways. So we don't want to maintain every time complete the things and all. So we can use it this one. And whatever you can see, this is the financial year variant. So the fiscal year variant. Fiscal year variant is nothing but every financial year we are indicating with the help of two alphanumeric symbols. So you can see this is the alphanumeric A1, A0, and this is the numeric. But the SAP will support alphanumeric digit. So your financial year need to maintain like this, the fiscal year variant. And this is the description we need to maintain, whether it is a calendar or non-calendar, whatever it is. And here you can see this is a calendar year. So if you tick this one, it means this is the calendar financial year. It means this year periods is January to December. Next point. Here what I said earlier, there is a year dependent and year independent concept. Already I explained you year dependent means, so the years is the months is vary. So if you want to put your financial year into year dependent, we can use this option. We need to tick mark these options. Okay. Next one, number of posting periods. We know in every financial year, so we have number of posting periods is commonly 12, 12. But there is a scenario, especially here they mentioned some shortened fiscal year as well. Next point, special posting periods. Already I told you for the making of adjustment entries in the SAP system. If you want to maintain some special posting periods also, we can maintain here. Next one, even the fiscal year, we will maintain weeks also in SAP. In every year, we have a 52 weeks. If you want to maintain the fiscal year, especially for the USA clients, I can see some of the clients, some of the businesses, they wants to maintain their fiscal year as based on the weeks. So that case, we need to select this option. And apart from this, even we have some offset before fiscal year and offset after fiscal year. So usually we didn't use these options. And weekly calendar also, if you want, yes, we can select this one. And finally, the period based quarters also. It means if you want to maintain quarterly, so first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, period based quarters also, we can use this option. So likewise, these are all the options we have in the fiscal year variant. And where it comes to the first one, let's say, for example, I am taking this one. So this is the non-calendar financial year. Why? Because there is no tick mark in the calendar. And here we have 12 is the normal posting periods and 4 is the special posting periods. And if I click on these periods, and now you can see whatever I said earlier. So we have 12 and 4 and 12 we can see 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the calendar and this is the exactly like this is the April to March. You can see here the first period is 1 April. It means this is the April to March financial year. And here whatever I said, the minus one option, year shift indicator, we can use that options here like this.
Okay.
So for the 12 months, we have a we need to maintain the configuration like this. Next, if you want to know particularly this period tests, so here they didn't maintain, but usually we maintained this one also, language and period 1 and April, period 1 April, May, June, July, August. Likewise also we will open here. We will maintain the data. And the shortened fiscal year. So this is the not a shortened fiscal year. That's the reason it is showing this is not a year dependent. So if it is year independent, so I think this one. So if you go to here, so you can see the shortened fiscal year is it contains only number of posting periods only 2. So likewise, we will maintain these are all the settings into the system. And right now I am taking this one as my calendar financial year. In our case, 02. I can copy this one and I am putting what is our company. So I need to open my material. What is our company code? What we followed? K100, right? You can see here K100. Okay. So then I am maintaining my fiscal year variant as K1. Okay. So then instead of 02, I am putting K1, enter. So an entry already exists. Very good. So cancel this one. Where is that K1? No. So K1. So this is also fine. So K1 calendar financial year only. The normal posting periods is 12 and special posting periods is the 1. Okay. So then I am mentioned K1 as my financial year. Okay. If it is a financial year, if you want to see periods, the system is not displayed. Why? Because for the calendar year, the periods we know starts with the January and ends with the December as well. So this is the step how we maintain the configurations regarding to this fiscal year. And here I attached each and every screenshot as well. So while you practice it from your side, so please go through the screenshots and please go through this theory and try to understand. These are all points. But I covered all the points. Now, just you can go through one more time to understand this concept in depth. So especially while we attended the interview, so we will expect n number of questions from this topic.
Fiscal
Okay.
year, is it?
Yeah, fiscal year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So next we are going with the next topic, posting period variant. So what do you mean by posting periods? So whatever I said now, the fiscal year. So the fiscal year contains the 12 months of time. The 12 months of time is nothing but the posting periods. Okay. And each and every period, so we call as each and every month we call as a one period. So same point. So even in the posting period variants also, so we can use this option. Where is that one? 1 minute. Yeah, here. So the posting period variant is nothing but so how many months we have, and especially in the real time, I hope you know. So for example, we are in the November month. So in SAP, so we can control the system, we can control the application. Only the business users can post the entries only in the month of November. If the business user wants to maintain one entry in the last month, October, or in the future month, December, the system is not allowed because of this concept, posting period variant concept. With the help of posting period variant, we can control the periods. Okay, so if you want to give access to the end users, then we can give the access. Or if you want to restrict the end users, then we can restrict the end users as well. That is the main advantage of posting period. variant in the SAP. So nothing is difficult. It's very easy. So in every financial year, we have 12 months of posting periods, and that one how we can control with the help of posting period variant only. So the T code is the OBBO. I need to go here, and here I need to mention my posting period variant as K100. This one as K100 posting period variant. Select this one and K group of companies. Okay. Okay, so that is the first step, how we define the posting period variant. Here I mentioned K100. And the next point, once we created the posting period variant, we need to assign to our company code. So the T code is OBBP. And here my company code is K100. Even variant also I mentioned as K100. Just now I created. I need to map my posting period variant to my company code. This is also common, the second step here. And the very important point is this one, open and close posting period. And whatever I said earlier, we can control the end users only to the particular posting period. So how we can control with the help of OB52. So I will show you. If I go to OB52, so my posting period, what I created earlier, K100. So here we need to click on the new entries. In the SAP, majorly we have 5 type of account types. Where it comes to the FICA module, if you consider the FICA module also, we have 6 type of accounts. See, in manual process, we have 3 type of accounts, right? Personal account, real account, and nominal account. And again,
Yes.
based on the golden rules, we write the entries, right? So personal account, debit the receiver, credit the giver. We have golden rules, right? Where it comes to the SAP, if you consider the FICA module as well, the finance and contract accounts, we have 6 type of accounts is there. In SAP, the account types is in finance, usually we can say 5 only, but if you consider the FICA module also, we can consider we have 6 type of account types in SAP application. Like we have assets, we have customers, and we have vendors, and we have materials, and we have GL accounts, and we have contract accounts. Contract accounts is not related to finance, it's related to FICA module, finance and contract accounts. We have FICA module as well in the SAP. Okay. But when it
Okay.
comes to the finance point of view, these 5 we are considered as a account types. And when it comes to the plus symbol, so it is valid for all account types. So with the help of this OB52 only, we can control the users, particularly on which period we want to give access to the users. That period only we maintain in the real time in OB52 in this screen. But in our general practice here, I mentioned all the things. It is valid for all account types. But when it comes to the real time, please try to understand. So we are giving access to particular month only. And this is also we are considered as a month end activity. So why? Because every month end, so we need to change this setting.
Okay.
So it means in month end, so we need to change this setting. So in real time, what happened? If you see same screen, so here it is mentioned 11 and 12. And once the 11th month is completed, then again here we need to mention 12 and next period. And here in real time, so we are not giving access to all the type of accounts also. We are giving access to this posting period to the particular accounts as well. So this is also very, very important in OB52 when we are working in the implementation project or when we are worked in the support project. So we need to understand this posting period concept is very, very important. Okay, and now I will try to
Okay.
click on save and my entries are saved. But when it comes to the real time project, friends, we don't maintain like this. We
Mm.
maintain
Mm.
one by one. like assets we maintain like this, and even we will give the account numbers as well from account to account, and we will maintain only particular month only we opened that period. So in that case, the end users will try to post the entries only that particular month what we opened in the posting period variant in OB52. Okay, so if the end user is try to post the previous month dated invoice or the future month dated invoice, the system will throw the error. So the posting periods is not open. Please open the posting period variants to post this transaction. Likewise, we got one error as well. So this is the very important point in the consultant point of view. So every year at the time of month end, so for example, we have 30th November, right? So this 30th November, so midnight, so 12 a.m. So we need to change this setting. But when it comes to the real time, this one we run it based on the batch job only. So it means we did this one automation only. So whenever the time triggers, automatically the system changed this setting automatically. We need some
Okay.
G program, and that G program we designed with the help of above team. So that is happened in the real time project. Okay, so this is the posting period variant.
Okay.
Yeah, so these 2 points is enough for today's session. And tomorrow we will see the remaining topics, the field status variant and the document types and all. Okay, so from today's session, so the very important point is the fiscal year. And in fiscal year, so we have different topics: accounting year, financial year, calendar financial year, non-calendar financial year, and normal posting period, special posting period, shortened fiscal year, independent fiscal year, dependent fiscal year. So likewise, shortened year shift indicator. So likewise, we have many points. But when it comes to the posting period, so we don't have that much of points. Just we create the one posting period variant, and that variant we assign to company code. And finally, the very important point is the open and close posting periods. In OB52, we can control the users to post the journal entries to the particular period. That is the very important in the posting period concept. Okay,
Okay.
I
so
have
then
one question, Krishna.
yeah,
Like when
yeah,
you're creating account groups, right, in the second step, so
yeah,
you're creating using the six like assets, customers, vendors, or
correct.
how is it? Uh, so the same
Yes,
you can copy paste here, right?
yeah, same.
Mm. Okay.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so that's it from me, guys. So tomorrow we will see the remaining topics. So
Sure.
good night, both of you.
Okay.
Sure. Sure,
Okay.
Gopi. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Good night.
Yeah,
Bye. Good night.
bye, good night.